if let's say someone is confused between, while filling a DAF form, they're confused. Should I prefer IFS or IAS? What are 5, 6 things they should keep in mind when they're opting for the IFS? Of course, you will have biases, and rightfully so. Uh, why should someone choose IFS over the IAS? So that would be the perfect question for you then.
So, I won't nudge anybody to choose the foreign service over A service or B service, because the first thing I would say to an aspirant would be to just go with the passion of the person, because you have to spend the next 30 or 35 or 38 years of your life in a service. So, if you make a wrong choice and you are not satisfied with that choice for the rest of your life, I think it would come down very hard on you, and you won't have a satisfactory or a happy life. So to be very careful and to fill your passion, and never to choose based on what a person A or your family or your friends are saying, to think why you have decided to take that examination in the first place, and whether you were motivated to go into the administrative service and make policies or policing or work in the revenue department, or did you want to work in the foreign service to forward India's foreign policy objectives. That is a call that the person has to make based on his or her passion, and while being very clear that he or she would be responsible for his or her choice for the rest of their life. So this would be something I would say. As far as foreign service is concerned, I would say that you would have a lot of exposure. You would get to see the world. That would be one of the positives. The second would be your family would get a lot of opportunities abroad. Your children especially would get to study in good schools, would get a lot of exposure, a lot of career opportunities and options. You would have, as far as money is concerned, monetary wise, you would have a comfortable life. You wouldn't have to struggle in that regard. Obviously, if you like foreign policy work, I don't think there can be any other service or a career option that could be more exciting. But that is if you like foreign policy and international relations. The negatives would be obviously that you will have to stay away from your extended family or from your immediate family, like your father and mother, for extended periods of time. And that could be a negative. You will not get a chance to go into your district or your city or your village and work directly for the people there. So these would be some things that you have to sacrifice while coming into the service. But you have to be very clear, as I said, and choose the service thinking that you will be responsible for the consequences that come out of it.
Makes sense, and very valid advice. And I think especially regarding the 2 points. The first one is about seeing the world. I think as IFS officers, you don't just see the world, you experience the world while living in top-notch cities with the leaders who would be shaping the context of the international affairs. And second, about point that you mentioned about being away from the family. My sense is that MEA is very supportive in ensuring that you get to meet your parents. Could be wrong, but is that a big challenge? Or we live in a world where you can travel from one part to the other in less than 24 hours, so it's less than $1,000. So is that a big concern as of now? Welcome to the season 1 of the Money Heist podcast. In the first episode of the Money Heist podcast, we talk about the career in the Indian Foreign Services. To all the new heisters, Money Heist podcast will cover my contrarian philosophy on money, life, and career. I hope you enjoy the first episode.